Patchin with 2 lanes. 2 lanes! New hero. New event. New ranking system. New hats! Not to mention the great Battlerite shuffle. This is patch point 10. Before we get to balance changes, the ranking system is getting a major overhaul. We're getting a system more like League or StarCraft. Say goodbye to ranks 1 through 15 and say hello to your good old buddy Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond Champion, and Grandmaster Champion. Each precious metal, or league as they call them, has a certain number of divisions attached to it. As you gain rating, you will move up until you hit Division 1 of your league. If you continue to win, you will be placed into the next league up. You cannot drop a league, but you can certainly drop divisions. If you end up fighting players of a higher league, you will get a bonus boost if you win, and if you lose, no rating is subtracted. Also, if you lose a match with a teammate that's in placements while you're not in placements, then you will suffer no loss. The same also happens if a player leaves or disconnects. The disconnecting player, however, will be punished. Solo queue and team queuing MMR is now split. If you solo queue, you will only fight other solo queue players. Any player you party up with will automatically create a unique team MMR. And you are free to name your party team whatever you want and pick an avatar for it. Ranked seasons are also being implemented. The first season will last for 2 months and rewards you at the end of the season based on your highest rating. This could mean a team rating or your YOLO queue ranking. Rewards include chests, tokens, and a seasonal avatar. Grand Champions will also get an exclusive mount that they can only keep for every season that they end as a Grand Master. Well, Polymer riding a bicycle into Rook's Meat Shop, that's just the tip of the iceberg in this patch. We got a bunch of new winter hats for people, weapon hats, rideable hats, fashionable hats, legendary hats. We got a new hero too, Pestilus, the Lord of the Swarm. A support champion who's all about bugs. I actually have a video planned for him though, so let's just move on to balance changes. Bakko. Bakko's dash and ultimate got more hitbox fixing for the better, the worse, not sure yet. Lucy. Lucy's M2 heal over time gets smacked from 8 down to 6. Older's M1 delayed damage gets smacked from 12 down to 10. Paloman. Paloma's healing on spacebar has been increased from 12 to 16 to match the tooltip. Rukon. Shadowbolt's radius has been decreased from 0.4 to 0.35. The Tier 1 Battlerite Wicked Strike now applies the silence after damage instead of before. Sirius. The Tier 1 Battlerite Sunbathe no longer gives energy on the bonus healing. And now it's time for the main event, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Battlerite Shuffle! The game where lucky or unlucky winners get all of their crap switched around. And today's lucky winners are Esmo, Eva, Pearl, and Taya. Ding, 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 ding. Esmo. Esmo's right click now puts enemies slightly further away than it did previously. The damage has been tweaked from 6 to 22 to 10 to 20. It also shows the range indicator to all other players. Q Arcane Barrage now reloads all ammo when triggered if below 5 charges. Now let's talk about Battlerite. Round 1. Disruption now inflicts silence instead of stun. Arcane Barrage can now be recast at 5 charges. Shooting a projectile that deals 10 damage and heals 20 HP can be recast as long as you have charges. And Wreak Havoc now grants 1 charge after using your spacebar and increases your attack speed by 30% until you reload. Round 2. Undermine's duration has been buffed to 3 seconds duration. Spell Eater has been moved to round 3 and replaced by Whiz, which grants a 2-second fading haste after using your spacebar. And Warlock's Grip lost its 1-second cooldown reduction. Round 3. Exhaust has been buffed to 2 seconds duration. Spell Eater has been updated to grant double charges for Arcane Barrier and heals for 4 HP for each charge. And Power Thief has been removed and replaced by Bolted, which grants 50% range on M1 until reloading when you land Shackle. Round 4. Imp Rush has been buffed to 50% movement speed. Arcane Energy and Face Melt are unchanged. Round 5. Nothing Areno has been changed. Now we move on to Eva. M2 rocket has had its radius increased from 0.3 to 0.35. Space Jetpack now has a slightly smaller minimum range. Q Zap haste bonus reduced from 50% to 30%. E Taser now dispels all positive effects from enemies it hits. F Machine Gun can no longer be cancelled by Flamethrower. And finally, the status effect on oil has been reduced from a 30% slow for the last 4 seconds to a 25% slow that lasts 3.5 seconds. Now, Battlerites, round 1. U-Turn and Conductor are unchanged. Blast Shield has switched places with the Tier 2 Battlerite stockpile. Round 2. Rocket Boosters has switched place with the Tier 3 Battlerite Heavy Rocket, which also grants 4 bonus damage now. Durable Shield has been replaced by Oil Blaster, which makes the first M1 after using a space apply oil, and Stockpile has changed places with Blast Shield from Tier 1, which also further increases move speed by 30%. Round 3. Hyperspeed is unchanged. Heavy Rocket has changed places with the Tier 2 Battlerite Rocket Boosters, and Delight has been replaced by Tractor Pulse, which stuns all enemies caught in R Tractor Beam for 1 second when the effect ends and reduces its cooldown by 5 seconds. Round 4. Durable Shield has been moved to round 4, Extra Shell is unchanged, and Gunge has changed to increase the effect of oil to a 35% slow for 4.5 seconds. Round 5. Big Bertha has been modified into All Systems Operational, which fires oil on all nearby enemies and launches a rocket after firing the last bullet. 2 down, 2 to go. Now we're on Pearl. Charged M1 Volatile Water now has a fixed knockback, and silence has been reduced from 1.2 seconds to 1 second. Spacebar Dive will always charge her M1 but will no longer deal area damage, and Q Tidal Wave will no longer charge M1 when triggered. That's all the core changes, so let's talk about them Battlerite. Round 1. New Ocean Tide allows Pearl to dive into bubbles, destroying them but resetting the cooldown on dive. Also new, Rippling Waters increases the distance of M1 by 25% and increases the damage it deals by 4 when it's fired through a bubble. Also new, Gush recharges M1 when Tidal Wave is triggered. Hey wait, that's just the old one, but the new one. Round 2. Ocean Sage has been moved here from round 1, splash damage is unchanged, and new, Spring Water, dive heal self for 6 and allies by 12 when emerging from the deep. Round 3. New, Riptide makes space deal damage and inflict a 1-second root. Tasty Fish is updated to spawn a fish that heals for 8 HP and increases damage done by 20% for 3 seconds when picked up. And Sea Bubble has been moved here from Tier 2. Round 4. Fountain has been moved here from Tier 1, Water Walk has been moved here from Tier 3, and Soaking Wet increases silence to 1.5 down from 1.8 seconds. Round 5. New, Terror of the Deep increases Jaws max spew range by 25%, and enemies are slowed by 33% for 2.5 seconds when they land. Also new is Crushing Waves. An enemy spit out by Jaws that lands inside a bubble barrier destroys the bubble and takes 14 extra damage. And finally, last one, Taya. No core changes, only Battlerites. Round 1. New Windstream allows Wind Bomb to create a wind stream for 4 seconds. Allies who enter the stream are granted haste. New Gale. Wind Strike spawns a gale that slows projectiles for 2 seconds. Also new, Surprise Attack allows Taya to use X-Strike while hasted and moving. Round 2. New Wind Fury. Landing Wind Strike with haste will reapply haste. Crosscut is unchanged, and Cold Wind has been moved here from round 1. Round 3. Cyclone has been moved here from round 1. No longer does damage, but stuns for 1 second, up from 0.5 seconds. New Breath of Air. Empowered M1s heal you for 6 HP. And Breeze has been updated to also include a 5-second cooldown reduction of Tornado. Round 4. Tailwind has been moved here from round 1, Vortex has been moved here from round 2, and On the Move has been buffed from 0.3 to 0.4 second cooldown reduction. Round 5. Nothing has changed! Woo! Is that it? Wait, no. There's a counter that shows how many orbs each team has taken. That's pretty important. If you're still watching, thank you. I stayed up all night to make sure I would get this out on patch day. And all of the next day too, and I still haven't got it out on patch day, you liar me from yesterday. I think I've hit the point where I'm seeing things. Everything's getting all wobbly. I mean, that Christmas tree in the back sure looks a lot like the... Holy shit.